Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. A fellow subscriber asked me to look into the death of Tony Dungy's son. Tony Dungy is the former NFL head coach. He was the first black American head coach to win a Super Bowl with the Indianapolis Colts, Super Bowl 41, which Prince performed at. This was a great request, so thank you for asking me to research this. This is more evidence of what I am reporting on in regards to ritual sacrifice by the numbers and also the killing of young black men by a numerical code. So, Tony Dungy's son reportedly committed suicide December 22nd, 2005. And this is a very specific amount of days from when the Colts would win Super Bowl 41 with Tony Dungy. They'd win it early in 2007. I'll show you that connection. Let's begin with the date numerology of the date Tony Dungy's son died. First of all, it was a date with 59 numerology. If you're new here, 59 is a number stamped all over black Americans throughout the history of this country in a very negative way. And really, it's more than just black Americans. It's a number that's been stamped over black people worldwide. It's coded into articles having to do with Africa. A prime example is if you look up when the discovery of AIDS was, it was supposedly 1959 in the Belgian Congo. And Belgian Congo in Gematria sums to 59 as well. AIDS, a deadly virus that many people, their research, have discovered is aimed at black people worldwide, diminishing their health, killing them off as a people. A very targeted agenda, and the people who've done that research and made those claims are 100% correct. So, dead on a date with 59 numerology, the word kill in Jewish gematria also sums to 59. Look at all these words that connect to black people, 59. Negro, blues, slave, Rasta, cracker, Motown Records came out in the year 59. So that's part of the date numerology. It was also a date with a life lesson number of 41, and Tony Dungy would go on to win Super Bowl 41 409 days later, which we'll get to. Prince, who performed in that Super Bowl, also died on a date with 41 numerology. Prince's death this year has very much to do with the upcoming Super Bowl, which I've been doing work on since April. Just did a video on the death of Dennis Green, the former Minnesota coach, the same state where Prince died. All of these things are related. There is a lot of ritual sacrifice in the world of celebrity, in the world of sports championships, something I've been educating about for going on 3 years now. It was also a date with 14 numerology. The word dead equals 14. And it was a date with 39 numerology. The Zionist Jews who control the coaches, the players, the NFL, the media, most of our government. These Zionist Jews, they go by the 39 books in the Old Testament. It's a very special number to the gang. The current quarterback of the Colts, Andrew Luck, has a life lesson number of 39. We just saw the quarterback he replaced, Peyton Manning, who won Super Bowl 41 with Dungy, retire at age 39. Special number here. Indianapolis Colts in Gematria also sums to 93, the reflection of 39. With regards to 5 and 9, when written out as words, they're the only two single digits that sum to 42. And the two numbers that are stamped negatively on black people worldwide are 59 and 42. The hateful word for black people in South Africa is kafir, which has gematria 42. Just like the most hateful word here, nigger. Tony Dungy would become the first black head coach to win a Super Bowl in Black History Month, February, the only month that sums to 42, on the date February 4th, which is written 4/2 in most parts of the world, a lot like 42. First black coach to win a Super Bowl. His son sacrificed by the number 59. He wins on a date with 42 numerology. We'll review the synchronicity between his birthday and winning the Super Bowl as well. But sadly, this is what's going on worldwide. February ends February 28th, which is the 59th day of the year. The very strange month with only 28 days ends on the 59th day of the year with the 42 coding, Black History Month. The reason this is so significant to the Zionist Jews, the Freemasons who've created our language, who've created our calendar this way, is because it says in the Bible that in the end times the false Jews will rule, Who the false Jews are the people we call Jewish, these light-skinned Jews. The real Jews in the Bible are dark-skinned. They are the black people of the world. The Zionist Jews have stolen their identity. They have enslaved them. They have used them in entertainment. Look at how these Zionist Jews run these record studios, these sports leagues, employ all these young black men, make all this money off them. Here we are in the mainstream thinking these athletes are getting paid big money, but if you've seen my research on celebrity salaries and how they correspond with their name and the teams they play for, I think we're getting fed a lot of bullshit about how much these athletes make. You know, most of them make hundreds of millions of dollars and then are somehow broke 2 years after they retire. And then we're told it's because they're irresponsible. There's some serious fraud going on in a lot of ways, from ritual sacrifice to faulty accounting. All things Jewish people are known for. So anyway, from the day Tony Dungy's son died until the date he won the Super Bowl is 409 days. 409 is just like 49 in the numerical language. 49 is the number of revelation, and 49 revelation is exactly what's connected to Tony Dungy winning the Super Bowl. Check this out. Tony Dungy's birthday is October 6th, 10/6. 10/6 is a lot like 106. Prophecy equals 106. Revelation, the big way, equals 121. The small way, 49. Revelation's the book of prophecy. Think about it. Tony Dungy, born 10/6, wins the Super Bowl 121 days later. This is what I mean when I say the Zionist Jews are fulfilling a man-made prophecy by the numbers. I continue to show how the world of sports is scripted by these same numbers. This year, Prince died 49 days after attending the Warriors game. Warriors equals 49 the small way, 121 the big way. The Warriors are originally from Philadelphia, the city named from the book of Revelation, the book of prophecy. Prince in 2009 on Tavis Smiley said, "All we can go by in this world is prophecy." He died 49 days after attending the game on March 3rd, where the final score was 121 to 106. The Warriors, which equal 121, won with 121 points. The Thunder lost with 106, what would become the Western Conference Finals. If you add 121 and 106, it sums to 227, which is the 49th prime number. Prince said all we could go by is prophecy, dead 49 days later, in connection with all of this sports scripting. The day of his death, I talked about the connections between him and the NBA Finals and him and the upcoming Super Bowl. His cause of death released Game 1 of the NBA Finals the same day, June 2nd, 2016. Then what happened? On June 25th, Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, bought his most valuable guitar. Remember, he performed for the Colts. Jim Irsay in Gematria equals 41. Colts in Super Bowl 41. Then what happened? Denny Green, the coach of Minnesota, died by the numbers. Remember, at the beginning of the basketball season, Flip Saunders died by the numbers also in Minnesota. I pointed out how his death was a ritual sacrifice for the Cleveland Cavaliers' upcoming rigged championship, which came true. Flip Saunders, born in Cleveland, dead in Minnesota. But anyway, these same numbers used again and again in the scripting of sports, news, ritual sacrifice. You think my work's coincidence? You must think everything in this world is coincidence. You know? That's what you would have to think. You would have to think every single thing is a coincidence. Everything that happens in your life's a coincidence. That's the only thing to explain anything in this world if you think this is coincidence. Coincidence is what rules the day. The era of the coincidence theorist. Dennis Green died at age 67. Blood sacrifice equals 67. Prince died 67 days after Vanity at age 57. 57, our championship number. So many things we've covered. Here, let me take you to 57. Tony Dungy. There's him and his son and Bill Clinton. All sellouts to humanity. Well, not his son, but Tony Dungy, Bill Clinton, definitely. And think about what Tony Dungy and Bill Clinton are. You know, men who talk in nice, soft voices. People like them because they seem so personable. You know, the American people never learn. You know, they don't learn from the salesman type. They don't learn from the false smiles, the soft voices who never cuss. You know, they go to these tyrants, these deceivers all the time. You find them in churches asking for your money, telling you to believe in things that they don't even believe in. Tony Dungy, definitely one of these types of people, always on the media, supposedly being, a counselor for these young troubled men. We're talking about somebody who had their son ritually sacrificed so that they could win a rigged Super Bowl. Doesn't get any more sick. Then again, the other possible explanation is all these people are faking their deaths as part of the ritual. I don't know where Tony Dungy's son would disappear off to. But the woman who supposedly confirmed his cause of death, suicide, her name, Jacqueline Lee, gematria of 119, like all-seeing eye, like Star of David, another number they love to put before our eyes. It's the reason we had the attack on 11/9, September 11th. This past NFL season, I documented this. CBS on the All-Seeing Eye Network. They only did this one time all season, had a countdown until the Super Bowl. They didn't do it any other week. Just this week, 119 days. All-Seeing Eye 119, All-Seeing Eye Network. All-Seeing Eye on our dollar bills. All of us living under debt slavery, just trying to pass the time. In our breaks, enjoy the sports game, which most of us don't recognize are rigged. What's interesting is just before his son's death, the Colts were undefeated. They suffered their first loss that Sunday, and then his son committed suicide the Thursday after. They lost to San Diego, a team in the league that has gematria of 74, just like the name Tony, just like Masonic, just like Jewish. This is a number that often connects to sacrifice, especially when 33 and 74 come together. Jesus equals 74, cross equals 74, Messiah 74, gospel 74. Jesus on the cross at age 33. Out of the 50 states, only one sums to 74. It's Oregon, the 33rd state. So anyway, they just lost to San Diego. His son dies at age 18. The game was lost on the 18th day of December. The Super Bowl 41 that they'd end up winning, came on a date with 33 numerology. February 4th, 2007. 2 plus 4 plus 20 plus 7, 33. Also, this score, 26-17. Both of these numbers are connected to God, and that total score sums to 43. When you write out 43, it sums to 59. There's that riddle in Barack Obama. He's the 44th president, but really only the 43rd person to be president. The count's been off ever since Grover Cleveland became the 22nd and then 24th president. Obama elected the 43rd person on a date with 43 numerology, gave his acceptance speech in Grant Park, which has gematria 43. Coming from the land of Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln born on the 43rd day of the year, Civil War 43, Charleston equals 43, where the Civil War began. So much of our history is contrived by the numbers. Rigged presidential elections, rigged sports championships, rigged news stories. After the Colts lost this game, just days before the supposed suicide of his son, they fell to 13-1, the Colts. And remember, when you write out Super Bowl, it sums to 131. When you write out championship, it sums to 131. When you write out 57, it sums to 131. World Series equals 57. Last year, there was a story about 57 kids in Indiana named after Peyton Manning. The story was 1:31 long, up on ESPN's website for much of the year. I'm sure you can still find it. 57 kids, 1:31 long. Peyton Manning in the rigged Super Bowl, as I predicted in October, well before the Super Bowl. Let's see. If you haven't seen my other recent posts, just in the last week, I've done videos on the celebrity sacrifice of Michael Jordan's father after he won his 3rd NBA championship. Michael in gematria sums to 33. 33 days after he won his 3rd NBA championship on June 20th. 6 plus 20, 26. Michael Jordan equals 26, 62. 33 days after he won his 3rd NBA championship, his father would die July 23rd, 1993. And his father's name, Michael Jordan, James Raymond Jordan Sr., gematria of 237, 23/7, July 23rd, dead on July 23rd, 33 days after his son Michael won. Michael equals 33, NBA Finals 33. Freemasonry, Zionism run the NBA. This year, the same thing happened with LeBron. LeBron had all sorts of ritual sacrifices for him during the NBA Finals, and then his father died 27 days after. And when I say his father, there's no recorded history that it's true that Nate Thurmond is LeBron's father. But if you look at Nate Thurmond, if you look at LeBron, if you look at that they're from the same place, it becomes quite clear that Nate Thurmond is the father of LeBron James. Nate Thurmond just passed at age 74, just like Muhammad Ali after Game 1 of the NBA Finals. By the way, I predicted Muhammad Ali would die at age 74 in 2014. Anyway, Nate Thurmond died 27 days after Cleveland just won the NBA Finals. Nate Thurmond played in his career with Cleveland and Golden State, who were in the championship the last 2 years. 2 years ago, I predicted that the NBA Finals would be Golden State and Cleveland based on Nate Thurmond. He wore the number 42. LeBron had his season high of 42 points playing against Golden State. The announcers talking about Nate Thurmond. Everything's rigged by the numbers. LeBron scores 27 points, Game 7 to win the championship. Nate Thurmond dies 27 days later at age 74. Remember, before Game 7, Anton Yelchin died at age 27, crushed by his own car. He had birth numerology of 103. 103 is the 27th prime number. Cleveland played in their 103rd game of the season for Game 7. LeBron finished with 27 points. 103 is just like 13, 1-3. LeBron in his 13th season, 41, the 13th prime. King equals 41. We were talking about the significance of 41 in this video as well. It's always killing by the numbers, Truth Seeker. You support these leagues, you give your money to these leagues, you buy their merchandise. You know, you're supporting Zionism Masonry. I see people sharing my work and talking about gematria and Zionism while wearing jerseys, while wearing sports hats. You know, if you wonder about my hat, I got my hat for $2. That's why I wear it. I'm a thrift shopper. I have about $100 worth of clothes. I got everything stolen from me November 2014 when my house was cleared out. I have like some shirts, some sweatpants. I'm trying to shut this system down, Truth Seeker. I'm trying to speak truth every day. I'm trying to stop giving my money to these tyrants. More people start living like me, these people will fall like dominoes. This rigged game will be ended. You don't have to give up love in sports. We can restore legit sports leagues. We can have them be, you know, legit, meaning if you want to play for the team, you have to be from the state. Imagine that if we had professional sports teams where it had to be people from the state who had loyalty, and they didn't have to be paid a gazillion dollars. I mean, most people should just want to be on the best team for pride, to represent where they come from, for the sake of competition. These sports leagues are all about money because money keeps in the lies. Money keeps in the secrets. Money keeps in the ritual sacrifice truths and the rigged outcomes. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.